I am the assistant head of the upper school here at Sandy Spring. This is my 7th year here. I'm also a Sandy Spring parent, as well as a campus resident. I do want to thank Tina Grady for giving me this opportunity. I also want to share really quickly with you all that the way that the invitation came to me was really interesting. It was at a community play, and I saw Tom and Tina, and I went up and I spoke to them, and Tina said, "Hi, Jay. Would you like to do an Ignite presentation?" And I looked at her and I said, "Yes, ma'am, of course," with Tom standing right beside her. So thank you, Tina. I asked Tina what would be a good topic, and she said, talk about something that you know about. So I said, I'll talk about me. Starts in 1957 in the nation's capital, Washington, D.C., the District of Columbia. As a young boy growing up on the east side of the Anacostia River, we called it Chocolate City. Like many of you, I was born into what I consider to be a normal family, a mom, a dad, and 2 brothers. We thought everything was normal until we started elementary school. And at that point, my parents separated, and I became very familiar with a term called absent father. This had a huge impact on my life, and me and my 3 brothers, but we persevered nonetheless. In 1968, we left the District of Columbia and moved to a suburb of Maryland, and that's where I discovered sports. At 6'1", I very quickly realized that I couldn't play basketball. I could play a little bit of football, but I was really fast. So I ran track and got lots and lots of awards. High school was a fun time for me, maybe too much fun, because I remember distinctly on graduation day at the old Coalfield House in the University of Maryland, walking across that stage, nervous, looking forward to college, but not really prepared. So in 1975, when I started at the Catholic University, I was like a fish out of water, and so I floundered quite a bit. And after 2 years, I was mercifully asked to not return. I was academically dismissed from the school. At this point in my life, I'm young, I'm floundering, I'm not sure exactly what it is that I want to do with my life. I don't have any purpose in those. So I said, what about the military? And so I ended up in the Navy. And the very first thing that I learned was what it meant by the term haze gray and underway. What that meant was lots and lots and lots of time out at sea, time to reflect on my life and figure out what I wanted to do going forward. When I think back about my Navy career, I think about the relationships, the people that I worked for, the people that I worked with, and the people that I supervised. There were lots and lots of successes that I can point out. I can tell you about medals that I received. Unfortunately, because I was an intelligence specialist, I can't tell you what I did to receive those medals. But it was a lot of hard work. One of my shipmates introduced me to a young woman, and we got married. We had 3 beautiful children. Some of you know them, Grace, Madison, and Justine. 2 of them, I'm proud to say, will be starting college in the fall. And my baby girl starts high school. It was during my time in the Navy that I realized that what I wanted to do was to help students avoid some of the mistakes that I encountered in high school and in college. And so I went back to graduate school and I got a master's in counseling. My first job was at the Bethesda Chevy Chase High School. And if any of you know BCC High School, you know it's a very large, highly competitive, overcrowded high school. It was one of the toughest jobs that I had. It was also a job that I loved. But I also realized that what I really wanted to do was focus on college counseling. And so I transitioned from BCC to an independent school, did lots of networking and training. And then from there, I ended up at Sandy Spring Friends School. This place has changed my life. It has made me a better man. It's made me a better educator. It's made me a better Christian. And I met Tom Gibeon. Thank you. I have had many triumphs and many failures. The biggest failure was my divorce. And it was during that period I was here at Sandy Spring and was able to endure it as a result of the support and the love that I received here. But I also turned to Christ and became a follower. And as a result of that, there were many blessings that I received as a result, but the two most significant ones are, one, a second chance at love. And so the image that you just saw was a young woman who I met in Starbucks, and she gave me a gift. It was 2 days after my birthday, and the gift was a book. The book was called Second Chances, A Second Chance at Life, A Second Chance at Love. I have another opportunity, and that is in August of this year, I will be getting on a plane and flying 5,000 miles away to Amman, Jordan, to work at the King's Academy. At this point in my life, I'm past the halfway point. I don't know what the second half of my life is going to be, but I do know that because of family, because of my friends, my faith, my experiences here at Sandy Spring, and certainly the Navy, I go forward with the belief that the second half of my life is going to be filled with peace, prosperity, and joy. Thank you very much.